Hello everybody, how is it going? Welcome back to some Mechabellum. Today we are going to see the Wah, our blue player, I'm assuming he's an orc player, versus Lex. Should be some great games, we'll see how things go. We have Stormcallers and Crawlers in the north versus Sledgehammers, Arclights, and Crawlers. Now Lex still has 200 bucks, he's opting for the Wasps. Lex wins. This is an interesting play because it does force our blue player, Wah, to have to pick up either Fang, Mustang, or some aerial units of his own, which sometimes you need to consider. Am I pushing the enemy player to pick up units that counter what I have on the field? Now, Mustang and Fang actually aren't great pickups against his ground units. These Stormcallers actually do a phenomenal job. But this will be a kind of foregone conclusion. Alrighty, it took a moment here, but the round's about to end. I just wanted to make note that actually he won the ground war. Our blue player Wah was able to push through with his tanks and with his crawlers and of course his arclights to actually clean up the ground. Obviously, the 200 points spent on these wasps really does make a difference in the ground war, but it is worth noting something like that, especially when you're playing, just because, hey, you never know, that could make a big difference. Round 2, baby. How does Wah counter this? He could grab... Ooh. Intelligent Arclight is not bad. Oh, wow. Both players opting for the Intelligent Arclight. I do like this. Wow, and Lex just purchased 3 of them. Alright, there isn't that many crawlers on the field, but maybe Lex is going to go for a late game play with super highly upgraded Arclights. Ooh. Well, there being a 3rd crawler now justifies there being 3 Arclights. Now, this crawler is going to enter the field a little bit too early. At least that's my prediction. I do like the upgrade on the Wasps. Definitely worth it, and I think he grabbed these Arclights just because he knew that those Stormcallers are the thing that he needs to protect for the player Lex. As this engagement happens, unfortunately, these tanks are just kind of out of position. They won't die to the Stormcallers, which is worth noting. That first barrage does knock off quite a bit of health and does destroy a tank, but it's not like the entire unit will go down. Arclights will be able to eat these Crawlers, but unfortunately the Crawlers are going to make it in. There's at least one in there. Nope, not anymore. And these Wasps are making the big difference. Being level 2, their damage just goes up so much. Excuse me, everyone. It is 8 yeah, it's just after 8 o'clock in the morning for me, and that is ungodly. The tournament times on these are terrible, but it is what it is. Here comes round 3. Oh, the shield drop is interesting for both player. I wonder if we're gonna... Yeah, I was gonna say, I was wondering if Wah is gonna grab the Rhino. It's not a bad play. Lex is probably thinking about it. Yeah, he grabs the shield. Lex grabs up a unit of... 2 units of these Phoenix. Wah was a Rhino specialist, so now he's got an extra level 2 Rhino. Unfortunately, it's unsupported in this position. Being unsupported is not great by any means. Wah drops another Rhino in the back. Okay. Yeah, I'd move your Rhino. There we go. Smart. Yeah, you don't want your Rhino just to be out there by itself, just in case he does have some high single point damage on the field, like these Phoenix, but even when it's just purely alone, it could be swamped and killed, especially by these Stormcallers. So I like this. Having these units come in all at once is very good play here by Wah! I'd like to know what the rest of his name is. I've actually had some people post in the chats what real names are, so that's quite a bit of fun. Both players out of cash. Lex just figuring out where he wanted to put his shield. Not a bad shield point. And if that shield survives, which it most likely will, he just has that next round. The Rhino will not damage the shield while it attacks it. These Phoenix, though, I don't Unfortunately, old Wah didn't pick up any extra anti-air. He went much heavier into the ground assault, which is phenomenal, but without any anti-air, he's... Oh my god, did he actually win it? Yeah, because all of those wasps were shooting at the ground units. Wow! Great play here by Wah. Now he knows that there is quite a bit of aerial units on the field. How will he respond to it? I can see the electromagnetic blast being good, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if both players went for the senior attack specialist. That 30% increase in damage is insane. Yeah, I mean, if you don't take it, you might win a round or two just because you have a little bit of extra cash. But, I mean, that's tough here. Looks like Lex is grabbing another unit of wasps. Leaving it out right now. Ooh, I love these crawlers near the front. Now, something that you guys really need to be careful of, and I'll put this in a tips and tricks video that I've been working on. If you deploy your units right on this front line, there's nowhere else for them to go. So that's your final effort. Like, this is a good play here because he's got the Dance of the Crawlers, but just always be aware that any unit on the front line can be countered. Lots of wasps, lots of phoenix, lots of crawlers. It's it could go either way. He's down a rhino here for Wah. Does Wah place down a sentry? His flanks are pretty well guarded. Both players opting not to do anything on the flanks. Oh, and some of these crawlers just don't care. They went straight for it. That may have actually been good. Just because it delayed some of the units, making them all come in at once is actually quite nice. I'd love it if these arc lights got the ability to shoot up. They would just be able to clean through these wasps without issue. And these wasps need to take it home. There's not enough of them. And there's one more unit over here on the right. Gosh, this rhino! Look how much damage he's done. It might show that he's only gotten 10 kills, but he's absorbed so much damage. Wow, look at that. He's going to win it for them. That's the power of a rhino. You know, the rhinos aren't seen too much in this meta anymore, but I still actually enjoy playing them. I think that they're quite powerful units. Just that they're so compact, but they have such an amount of health. Lex already knew this is one of the strongest cards in the game. I might see the subsidized crawlers here for Wah. He goes for it. Good plays on both players' part. I actually like upgrading these tanks too. You'd be surprised, but these tanks can take significantly more damage, especially versus level 2 Stormcallers. He needs that HP. More wasps with range. Phenomenal play here by Wah. Oh, wow. Lex actually has the anti-aerial attack upgrade for his wasps. That's not something that you see very often. Most of the time it's the anti-ground, but go for it. The reason most players opt to grab the anti-ground upgrade versus the anti-aerial upgrade is because air units naturally have less HP than ground units. So wasps, although they have lower attack, 264, or what's this level 3 wasp? 737, that's actually quite good. They can chew through things like Phoenix, other wasps. Overlords, it would take them a while. Overlords do have a substantial amount of health, but they have the lowest health of any of the giant units. I like this arc light on the flank. Lots of level 2 wasps now. Honestly, I'd love him to have another rhino. I think that'd be great. Oh, we see the double dance. Look at him go. It's so beautiful. All these crawlers are dead. Unfortunate, because those crawlers would actually help him push up that flank. The left side actually going in the way of Wah. Let's see if those level 3 wasps can make a difference. Man, they do chew through those tanks pretty quickly. But he has enough HP for these other wasps to get in there and just start plinking them away. Even a level 1 wasp does significant amount of damage to a level 3 wasp. And that's going to go the way of Wah! If anybody else is a huge fan of Warhammer 40k, I do like that the Orc player is just kicking butt. But it is all still to play for. If Lex survives this, he could have a comeback. He's got a lot of health to chunk through, but he has the ability to do so. Super heavy armor coming out here for Lex. Is he going with a giant? Photon emission for Wa. Oh no, grabbing the super heavy armor on these wasps. Interesting. I mean, it does increase their survivability a bit. I don't know if that's strictly the most important thing, but hey, it might work. He just needs to survive the aerial, and then he'd be in a good spot. There's a lot of wasps on the field here. Nobody has picked up Mustang. He's relying on his wasp as anti-air, but he needs to win this ground war first, and he just doesn't have a lot of HP on the ground. Honestly, something like it might sound silly, but you know, grabbing a Vulcan or a Fortress or heck, even just some tanks of his own just to absorb damage for a bit may have been very worthwhile. The shield is pretty well placed. It does take up a little bit of damage. More importantly, it will take up some damage for his wasps. These wasps all just get absolutely decimated. They do have the shield upgrade now, though. Unfortunately, oh, that Rhino absorbed so much damage. Look how few wasps are left on the field. Man, both players had the aerial specialization. It's interesting. I'm really going to have to look at that when I play in the next tournament, which I will be playing in the European tournament later today. I am just too tired. Lex, good plays, man. Wa just eventually pulled it out. I think... Oh. There's 29 more rounds in progress. Wow. Let's take a look at Hot Webcam Boy. That sounds like a good one. I'm probably just going to refer to him as Hot. But I do love that name. Mr. Drizz versus Hot Webcam Boy. Okay. I like the units. These little Fang are eventually going to get burned to death, unfortunately. And that does clear up the way for the melting points to get online. Oof. His only answer to these melting points currently are Stormcallers. And he does not have a lot of anti-air, but this one level 3 sniper could make it happen, Captain. He's shooting it down. Not bad. This might go in the way of Mr. Drizz. It all depends. Ooh, does the sniper... He's standing in the fire, but it's not too bad. He does have a level. He survives it. Good stuff. It's all up to you, level 2. This range increase is huge. You can do it, buddy. I do love the way that the marksmen walk. They just feel like they're very, very heavy, even though they're exceedingly low HP units. Man, round 6, and neither player is below 2,000 HP. This has been a very close game. Shield Specialist and Lightning Storm. He needs these shields, but more importantly, he needs something to cover for this Overlord and protect him from the missiles. I know a lot of players don't like it, but if he had a single unit of Mustang just shooting down missiles on each flank, it does make a significant decrease in the amount of damage that he would be taking. Neither player opting for the range upgrade on their Stormcallers either. Very interesting choice. It feels like Mr. Drizz just has less money on the field. Obviously he doesn't, but that's just the way it looks right now. I do like that these Stormcallers are counter Stormcallering. This Lightning Storm does a phenomenal job just clearing up so many units. Oh, and those 4 units of crawlers. Man, they're really going to make a difference. This fortress is not long for the world, but he does still have some crawlers. And those little crawlers, if he's able to kill this... what's hitting it with... Oh, the Lightning Storm is what had done the electromagnetic interference. Yeah, those crawlers coming in from that angle actually made a huge difference here. He's able to just chunk down this level... Is it level 2? Yeah, level 2 melting point with the heavy armor. It is a good feeling when you start to recognize unit colors as the thing that changes colors. when you upgrade your units. Ooh, parasitic ammo here would be very powerful for either player. Same with the photon mission. You know, a free missile isn't the worst thing in the world, but I could see both players picking up either of these. They're both taking a minute to check it out. I think Hot Webcam would be, yeah, he's going to be stronger with the photon. Dr. Drizz grabbing the photon as well. Okay. And his shield held. That's a lot of fire. He normally puts a shield right around here, so having the fire come down... Heck, I've even placed the fire on my own side when I know that the enemy units are very fast, but they're all right near the front. Just put the fire on your end. If your units don't rush in, you're fine. But yeah, this is just going to decimate him. I'd really like to see the range upgrade on the Stormcallers for both players. Range upgrades on your units are perhaps the most powerful upgrade, just because it means they enter contact with the enemy so much sooner. Opting for 2 more units of Mustang. Interesting. He's just trying to clear away these crawlers a little bit quicker. These Fang don't have any upgrades whatsoever. They're all level 1 though. Often it's not worth upgrading a lot of Fang, especially this late into the game. When they're only level 1, they just don't work. Alright, I like these snipers. Having a good amount of snipers on the field never hurts, especially if you can give them this elite marksman trait. The amount of damage that they're suddenly able to pump out is huge. Here comes the fire, baby. You know, it does make a really big impact here, just because he's already on this this fortress. Very expensive unit to lose immediately. Yeah, this right flank has just collapsed. That is not what you want to see. The left is not going very well either. So much fire. He needs something. Wow! Look at those Mustang. And now the Stormcallers just have way too much to shoot. What the hell? Okay. This guy really wanted whoever was over here dead. He just chose to make that happen. That fire will be gone next turn, but I mean, if I was Dr. Drizz, I'd be thinking, holy shit, all of my units die if there's too much fire on the floor. I need to cancel that fire from coming out. Best way to do that, grab a couple units of Mustang and give them the aerial shooting. He doesn't need to rely on them for anti-air. He just needs to rely on them to kill electromagnetic shock for both players. But he just needs to rely on them to kill these Stormcallers. There isn't really a huge amount of tech on this side, so not really that important. Wow. Up to level 3 on the melting point with an extra 75 attack and HP. These melting points are very tough boys. 260,000 HP. 286,000 HP. Wow, wow, wee wah. Oh, it's just heavy armor, not super heavy. I was about to say, it's really not that much of a difference. That is why. Wow, and here comes Hot Webcam Boy, reading my mind. Unfortunately, this will spell doom for Dr. Drizz if he doesn't sniff it out. He's got a lot of HP, but now that these Mustang are shooting down the Stormcallers, he has no fear. There's nothing really here on the field that does DPS, minus the snipers. Oh, opting for some Overlords with range. There are 2 level 3 melting points on the field. That's spicy meatball. I don't know if that's the one, bud. But hey, maybe Dr. Drizz pulls it out with these Overlords. There are also 3 units of Phoenix. Oh, and he just pops a cheeky unit of Crawlers. I don't know here. It doesn't look great. The cheeky Crawlers get pulled back. Alright, these, oh, shoot. You know what? The Mustang are going to shoot down all the Overlord shots. Yeah, these Overlords don't have a chance in hell. That is unfortunate. Although it seriously diminishes his Mustang's damage, he just doesn't need the Mustang to be the things doing damage. He can just use them as shields and damage blockers, and just use his Overlords and his Phoenixes to clean this up. Very good play here by... Oh, I think my mouse just died. Very good play here by Hot Webcam Boy. Really like that. I think that he played exceptionally well. I will see you guys in the next match. Alrighty, and we're back. It looks like we're gonna see... Oh wow, Mo does not have a great selection here. Mo, our bottom player in blue versus Zara. Ooh, both players opting for some interesting choices here. I think that really came down to just what units they had there. You know, steel balls have been the terror of the meta recently. A lot of players don't really know how to deal with steel balls, and unfortunately, these steel balls are going to do phenomenally well against Zara's opening hand here. That is just such a cool name. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Also, great avatar. Mo's got like, is that the Autobot? Or is that from, oh god, what's that terrible movie where they like drive around on scooters and throw discs at each other? Tron? Is that from Tron? I don't know. Now, Zara knows about the steel balls, but he opted to grab another unit of tanks. I think he realizes, hey, I'm just going to take the L on this one and probably move forward on the next one. The tanks just don't have the DPS to actually kill a steel ball. So he's going to need something with fairly high DPS next turn. Either some snipers, some Phoenix would do amazingly here. Just something, but I think he just wanted to build that nice front wall of tanks, which there's nothing wrong with having a heavy front line. Good shooting. All the crawlers die. He might get, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these steel balls. He might actually get all of them. The DPS is not that bad, but no, he's going to get most likely most of the unit, if not all of the unit here on the right. Oh, wow, dude. Mass tank? Does mass tank kill steel ball? Eventually, if you have enough tanks. Wow. Well, this is why I haven't won an advanced tournament yet. I would not have gone with mass tank, but apparently that was the answer. Great job here by Zara. Again, any Warhammer 40k fans, tell me who Zara is. One of my favorite characters. A skip here from Zara. Very interesting choice. I wouldn't be surprised if Mo went with subsidized crawlers, or hell, even go with an improved hacker. I know the hackers are a coin flip, but they're a coin flip that can sometimes work. Mo opting to skip as well. 2 units of Phoenix, exactly as we called it. It's pretty much what he needed. Oh, and a unit of Mustang. Mo sniffed it out. He says, what's the thing that kills me most likely? Phoenix. So I'm just going to have a unit of Mustang to clean those up. 1 unit of Mustang does often clean up a unit of Phoenix with just the smallest amount of support. So I always got to be real careful here because these Phoenix are the only thing that move quickly too. They're very likely to get out of position later in the game. It won't be a big issue right now, but it will at a later point. Phoenix are going to be clipping all the things that he doesn't need them to kill, and the Mustang are caught up shooting at his tanks. The tanks will eventually go down to it, but it's just not a lot of DPS from the Mustang, at least at this point. But here they are on the Phoenix. Does he have a long enough tank line to make that work? It looks like the answer is going to be yes. With these Phoenix coming in and cleaning it up, all that's left is for these tanks to shoot down some Mustang, and he still has an arc light. Arc lights, again, do phenomenally well against Mustang. Man, the arc light is one of my favorite units. Just look at this chubby little boy. He's got like this weird, I don't know why they didn't just make this like a single plate of metal, but he has like this weird little leather shield going on. He's got a giant cannon in his stomach. That's it. He's just a walking cannon with little shield arms for some reason. Portable shield here by Mo. I was going to say, I think Zara's going to go with the deployment. Wow, opting for more tanks. He still has $150, but he's got his Rhino now too. That Rhino's going to make a big difference. Mo here is that heavy armor specialist, so his units are more survivable. Opting to grab the shield on these level 2 steel balls. That's a great play. Steel balls have a ton of HP. They also deal with Rhinos quite well. Did we see more Phoenix? No. He's going to rely on those 2 Phoenix. That's a lot of Mustang. I do like these upgraded tanks. That'll make a little bit of a difference, but more importantly, he'll be able to clear out these arc lights very quickly. Oof. The center dying is not what you want to see here. Opposite, though, pretty good. And I think these Phoenix are just a little bit too far out. Can he get the attack upgrade on them? He can. Oh my god, this level 2 Rhino is really going to make a big difference. As long as those steel balls don't aggro on him, he's just going to be able to clean this up. Go, little Rhino, go. He's going to need this thing's HP as the game continues. Unfortunately, losing his tower, but luckily, he's going to lose it first. It's going to be very close. That's about to wear off. He's got maybe 5 more seconds. It's off. Now the Mustang's able to clear up as many of them as he can. That tank's got to hold strong. It's eating a lot of DPS right now. As long as he kills the steel balls, he's in a safe position. That's a lot of HP on these steel balls, though. Oh, this Rhino's dropping. That's it. That is it. Really good plays here by Mo and Zara. Or maybe it's Xarl. Xarl. I don't know. Zara picking up an extra 50 bucks. Man, he plays like I do. I don't often pick up a lot of things. So I think this photon coating, yeah, I was going to say, I think the photon coating would have been pretty useful. His Rhino's not in the right spot, but he could always recycle it and then place it somewhere else. Ooh, I love this. Just negates a ton of the damage that these Mustangs can do. Unfortunately, he's got to be a little bit more nervous, in my opinion, about his Phoenix. Like, he just needs a better way to protect them. And, you know, it might sound silly, but putting a unit of Fang out in front would actually do that quite well. Or even giving his tanks the range upgrade. Opting for the survivability at first. Not a bad choice by any means. But the tanks already see a little bit of a counter on the field currently in the form of these steel balls. Man, this Rhino's going to be able to clear up all these steel balls in the center, though. And the tank's suffering absolute nil damage here from the Mustang. Really does make a big difference. Look at that. It's just not losing any HP. This Mustang's in a tough spot, though. Some Stormcallers would go a long way for both players. He needed this Rhino here to be clearing out the steel balls. Unfortunately, it's just not. It does have a ton of HP, but it's not going to be enough here. Now he needs to kill these level 2 steel balls. He's had a big issue dealing with it, and he hasn't upgraded his Phoenix, which means that they just don't have the damage to clear it off in a couple of shots. That's going to be that here. Hopefully Zara learned his lesson and picks up a couple units of Stormcallers or just something to clear away some of this chaff. He knows that the lines all meet and are sedentary for a good amount of time. What does he go with? Amp core, amp core. Okay. We're going to see the amp core on this Rhino? Man, those are some tough steel balls. All right, he's getting just a little bit of crawler action versus a lot of level 3 snipers. I think those snipers are a phenomenal choice. Ooh, grabbing some steel balls of his own. Okay. Not a bad choice. Unfortunately, I think Mo has his number again. These level 3 snipers. It's never a bad idea to have a few snipers on the field. And just having them, they're going to be fully supported. They'll be able to just plink away at some of these tanks. I do like the second wave coming in. I think that's a great idea. He'll most likely to be able to clear off all of the enemy crawlers without much of an issue still. Unfortunately, those Mustang will do quite a good job at clearing away his crawlers just because they're level 2. Steel ball versus steel ball. It's actually going his way. That's surprising. It's because these steel balls are getting caught up shooting the wrong thing. Wow, able to clear away those level 3s without an issue, and even pushing up on the right. Okay, it's working. He's going to claim the tower first, which is... Oh, he might not. That's unfortunate. He gets it now. But these steel balls work as damage over time, so their damage will scale up a lot quicker, even though he's been wounded. He needs to kill a lot of Mustang to pull this out. He has the ability. The Phoenix are shooting the right thing. This Rhino is going in unmolested. He'll be able to clear away just a ton of it. He would have much preferred that those Mustang were shooting at his tanks, though. They would have done absolutely nil damage. And he's got this. Those tanks are going to be able to survive those Mustang shots all day long. I like it. I like that he built out a second wave of differing units that now old Mo has to deal with something completely different than what was on the field before. Both players are in desperate... Wow. I have never seen a game that close. 3,200 to 3,200. That's awesome. Smoke bomb coming out here for Zara. There aren't any giants on the field, but if you get the giant hunter and you use it, it makes a big difference. Mo opting to skip. Okay. I do like that this Rhino's now level 3. It still doesn't have any upgrades. Maybe he doesn't have the movement speed upgrade on it. I'm gonna say that may have been a good choice here. Lots of snipers. Zara opting for a ton more Phoenix. It's not bad. This smoke bomb's gonna do a great job. Without these snipers having range, they're gonna walk into the smoke and then become tank food. Big waves of steel balls followed by Mustang. Not bad plays whatsoever. The crawlers are all going to come through the smoke. Yeah, these snipers got caught up, and now they're a little out of position. The first thing that they're shooting at is unimportant. Man, actually, that you may have thought that was a waste there with that sentry missile going off the way that it did, but actually that's phenomenal. Just because it took away all of those shields that would normally absorb a Phoenix shot. That Rhino was a little afraid in the center, kind of by himself, but he was able to clear away a good pocket. You know, and just having the Rhino there to clear away a pocket does make a difference, but I don't think this is going to be enough here. That's a lot of snipers. Snipers are a great counter to Phoenix. Man, I hate to say it, but a unit of Stormcallers on either side would probably seal the deal for both players. They won't have enough DPS to kill everything, but what's important is that they clear away a lot of these Mustang. And that could really make a difference here for Zara. Even with the smoke out, he lost that battle, which just tells you the damage that these steel balls, but not only that, enhancement module, interesting. Not only that, the damage that these snipers are now putting out. He's got a lot of them, and there is not a lot of chaff on the board. Dude, if he were to get... Oh, there's the range increase. Fire coming out. Zara sniffs it. He thinks that he needs it. And the oil. Phenomenal. This will clear away a ton of those Mustang. Grabbing the electromagnetic shock on his arc light as well. More steel balls. He hasn't upgraded any of his steel balls. He can. He really needs to upgrade these Phoenix though. Just because as these units continue to gain levels, the Phoenix do less and less damage. Opting instead to have a super heavy unit of tanks. There's an upgrade on one steel ball. Ooh, I love these crawlers in the back line. Distraction crawlers are great. Opting to grab some more crawlers of his own. I think that's a wonderful idea. Where's he going to place them? Mo's already set. Man, the fire plus oil is a great combo. That's going to clear away all these crawlers. It won't deal any damage to the snipers, but... Oh my god, look how many of these Mustang he's going to be able to get. Free Mustang, baby. Oh, that's so good. Look how many Phoenix shots this takes, though. He doesn't even kill it. He needs to upgrade his Phoenix. All of his units came in at the wrong time because of those distractions, and that is so good for him. Unfortunately, it does mean that all the Mustang went down, which without the Mustang, he doesn't have a huge amount of support. These steel balls, though, they just don't care. They have the levels, man. It's all about the levels here. Now, these are just unupgraded, weak Phoenix shooting away at level 3 steel balls with a photon coating or with shields. I mean, there's not... It's going to take him 5 years to kill all these. And meanwhile, in the background, the snipers are plinking away. He may eventually get it just because he has enough crawler support. It was a great idea for him to actually get those crawlers, but my god, is it going to take him a while. Go, little crawlers, go. You have to survive. He does it. He's going to win it. Jeez, that shows you the power of... Oh, Jeez, that sniper really had his number. Oh, and this sniper's coming in at a great angle. Oh my god. Sniper just took so much damage off the field for him. A tiny win here by Zara, but that shows you the power of the distraction crawlers. All of his units were lined up in the wrong way. None of them are chaff killers. So these crawlers delayed it by, what, 10 seconds? That's phenomenal. Zara opting to skip. He's got to deal with the chaff now. Oh, and these guys popping out. More crawlers is just a wonderful upgrade. It's going to really annoy his Phoenix. Crawlers getting the upgrade to spawn more crawlers here for Mo. Man, he does have a lot of chaff killing at the front, but it drops very quickly. Mo just opts to put, or Zara just opts to put a couple of sentries down on either side. I think that's a great idea. Unfortunate, but he just has to spend the cash and more Phoenix. But you gotta get higher level Phoenix, or you gotta upgrade your Phoenix in some way. These steel balls just have so much HP. I do like the, well, that worked out really well. I do like the mass shielding here, just because none of, excuse me. The mass shielding here is phenomenal, just because none of Zara's units do well against shields. There's some single point damage. The steel balls would do well against the shields, but, I mean, it took them forever and a day to knock through just one. The right flank might go his way, but again, these level 3 steel balls, there's just no killing them. Level 4 at this point, jeez. And these unupgraded Phoenix are really going to suffer for it. This is a huge win here for Mo. It might even be enough just to kill Zara. Unfortunate, but yeah, he couldn't put 2 and 2 together, and the more crawlers that spawn out, the problem with that is that, yeah, it's almost enough. The problem is that right now, Zara's, all of his chaff clearing is at the front. So the moment these guys die, that's it. Oh, finally! Zara gets some Stormcallers. Yeah, baby. That's what you needed this whole time. It might be too little too late. There's the fire to clear away the Mustang, and importantly, to clear away a bunch of crawlers when they die. Lots of shields at the front here for Mo. Unfortunately for Mo, this new Stormcaller battery is really going to make a difference on those shields. Zara's got $100 left. They won't deal great damage against these steel balls that are now level 5, rocking in at 50,000 HP. They have as much, well, a little bit less HP as this Rhino, which the Rhino has quickly dropped off in its ability. Oh, this photon coating's pretty good. It helps one tank survive one blast, but man, these snipers are picking tanks off really quickly. The fire comes out. Is it enough? No, because these Mustang have range. And the fire is actually dealing a little bit of damage to him. Oh, you hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. The lines are crumbling. It was too little too late. And those shield placements were just beautiful. These Mustang with the range just don't care. Eventually they'll get caught up in the fire. But, I mean, look how highly leveled they are. They don't care. They survived it. They're level 4 Mustang. This is why you upgrade your units. Really good job there by Mo. Great plays here by Zara. I hope that they both do well in the tournament. Oh. I've played against Dinas before. Let's take a look at, once again at Webcam Boy versus Dinas. Or Dionis, as it might be. Wow, both players at the very end of their battle here. This is just a little bit of a grudge match at this low of health. That is from a game I have played where you walk around a board, you're a little duder. It's like an endless RPG type game. It's very fun. Highly recommend it. I don't remember the name of it now. But it's a good game. Lots of shields. I think it's important. What does he have for anti-Stormcaller? Nothing. Neither player has really any anti-Stormcaller on the field, but really what it comes down to are these Overlords. That's where a lot of the money is spent currently. Okay, well, let's just watch a huge amount of blood. Wow, that was a really well-placed sentry turret there. They'll be able to clear away these shields no problem because the Stormcallers are level 4. Jeez. He needs to get his Phoenix online. There's a lot of chaff still on the field, and these steel balls, the bane of the meta right now, able to chew through just a ton of this damage. Oh. That tower dropped at a really inopportune time. He finally had units shooting at these overlords, but I think Dinas is going to win this one. And unfortunately, if he wins this one with enough units on the field, that will close out the game. Phoenix not able to target down the overlords. Let's see, he's got 800. Oh no, he spawned some more. It's going to be very close. Oh, the wasps did not come out. He might, yeah, he just survives this. Webcam Boy, you got to live, man. I believe in you. For all the VTubers out there, you must live. Laser sights here for the Webcam Boy. Dinas also grabbing laser sights. Okay. He needs to support these Vulcan. Right now, the Vulcan are getting targeted down a little bit too quickly. Even just having a unit of Fang out front would make a big difference here for Webcam Boy. There's a lot of Fang and chaff coming in. You know, he might be against it, but... Oh, he can't. I was going to say, having the Vulcan spray incendiary rounds might work out for him just because they would spray it all right near the top here. I love the fire here from Webcam and the orbital bombardment. Grab some more Mustang. They have the damage increase and range. Pretty strong. Wow. This is going to drop and kill just a bunch of units. It won't be enough to take out the Phoenix, though. The Phoenix just have slightly too much HP. The missile only does 3,000 damage. That's a lot more Overlords. My God. Fully upgraded Overlords. That's not something that you see very often. And he has enough heavy units, i.e. these very strong steel balls, that then separate into crawlers. Honestly, steel balls plus Overlords are a great combo. But I think he's actually done a great job here. Webcam Boy really shielding up. This will help him survive basically all of the bombardments. This fire is really well placed, though. I think this will absolutely clear up a ton of the units on this flank. Mustangs are popping out. Man, all of these units having that photon coating is huge, though. It's still up. They take such little damage from the fire. A lot of the units almost make it through the fire. But now he's down to just a few Mustang and a whole bunch... Oh, no! The tower dropped. I was going to give it to him for a second, but no. That tower drop just means that all of the Phoenix become inadequate. Great play here by Dinas. Well, I will see you guys all in like 3 minutes. Alrighty, everybody, 8 seconds left. If you have been enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. It really does help. We're up to 100 odd subscribers now. Phenomenal. Seeing some of our favorite players, again, Sweaty Snowman in the tournament. You'd love to see some of these returning players. I also saw Joda, Wei Tai is in it. I mean, really good stuff here. Let's see what... Ooh, this is a very powerful hand. This is a powerful hand for Reanimate. This is a little bit harder. I can see why Sweaty's taking a moment to think about it. This initial marksman setup isn't bad either, but I do like having the more HP. Yeah, and I think the speed is going to go well here with Sweaty, just because he's got some good units there. Elite Specialist, actually, for Reanimate. Okay, as the game goes on then, Reanimate's going to be able to choose more and more units, and Reanimate is the Weekend Asia number 5 advanced group, number 7? What? I don't know what that means, but good for him. Oh my God, he's going to try for the headbutt. He's got fast units. He can make it happen. Sweaty, can he do it? He's got an extra 200 bucks and his units are fast. He's going to have to be real careful, but he does actually have some pretty good counters to what's on the field currently. A level 2 unit of crawler would make a big difference here for Reanimate if he can sniff it out, but most players, I mean, why would you set up for a headbutt? That's just madness. He might opt to go with an arc light. Yeah, baby. That's exactly what he needed. And did I see a unit of Fang? Yep. These Fang are just meant to be there to die. Man, it all comes down to where this Arclight sits. This Arclight will be able to clear out the entire army almost by itself. If he puts that Arclight on the right, he's won this. Oh, it's in the center. It will eventually pull and come over here and clean up all these units, but I don't think it will be quickly enough for him not to lose the tower. Oh no! It's on the left. The headbutt's gonna go in. He's gonna win. He's gonna also claim a unit of Phoenix for his troubles, possibly even 2 here. Oh, that's not great. There's 1 Phoenix. There's the other. Question now becomes, is he going to be able to clear up everything else? He has enough units. These crawlers are all going to die super quickly, but they get the surround, and the Arclight drops very fast. Man. That stinks. These Fang will actually beat this unit of crawlers, too, at the end of it. Normally, you don't see that, and the Fang needed 2 towers to drop to actually clear a unit of crawlers. That's how ineffectual Fang are in the early game. But they should have gotten a good amount of XP from that. Level 2 Fang don't really struggle nearly as much. Alright, Reanimate knows, or Reanimate. Reanimate. I'm going to call him Reanimate. Both players opting for the shield drop. Yeah, there's the Arclights. Really good choice for him. Shield's popping. Unfortunately, all of his units are going to run outside of the shield. He's doing this because most common answer to a headbutt is just to pop a sentry turret or a sentry missile. Yeah, very good play here. His units will be able to win this out as long as his tower doesn't drop. He still has 150 bucks. Opting to recycle. Yeah, recycle the Phoenix. You don't need him anymore. Steel Ball, great choice by Sweaty. Is he just popping a 3rd one? I'd keep this guy in the center. Oh no, he's really going heavy on the right flank. Actually, having 3 of them might be enough. And the shield going on the right as well. I'm kind of rooting here for Reanimate just because headbutts are really annoying to deal with. And look how quickly he takes up his crawlers. He's not on the shields. All of his units are dying. Those Phoenix do a great job at clearing out these cheap early steel balls. The shield may drop. It does. I don't think he'll have the DPS to kill these Arclights. Getting 3 of them was a great play. A lot of people might think that that's an overcommitment, but it's really not. Meanwhile, the crawlers have no problem chewing through those Fang. He wants his units to die before the shield drops. I think the shield is going to drop, and he's going to lose that. That's really annoying, because they're all targeting down the one, maybe there's 2 in there that were in the shield. That's unfortunate here. Sweaty, you tried a vicious headbutt, but Reanimate knows this game. Underground threat. Okay, Sweaty getting the shield. Now I bet he's wishing he didn't eat those Phoenix. But actually getting them at level 2 is really not a bad thing. Reanimate saying, hey, you're not protecting your flanks. I'm going to make you pay for it. He's not... Oh, yeah, he is protecting his. Man, a 2nd unit of crawlers would go a long way. Or upgrading that unit of crawlers. Grabbing the attack damage increase. Ooh, they are level 2. They now do 2,000 damage a shot. That's 2 shots and he kills these steel balls. I really like that. A lot of players just play their Arclights and then leave them unupgraded. Oh my god. Is he going to go for the mass Arclight? I haven't seen that happen very often recently, but he could also grab the elite marksman on them. Oh my god. He sniffed it out. Where's that other Arclight going? Is he going in the back line? Nope. I'm not sure where he placed that. Sweaty grabbing some more crawlers of his own. Oh, and he actually is going to guard very well against that crawler infestation. His crawlers might pull on it just in time. They do. There's more than his unit of crawlers there, though. The central battle going out. These steel balls come in at a good point, though. And they're able to clear off all of these Arclights. Man, that extra Arclight damage, though, really does make a difference. The steel balls eventually get it. His tower is forfeit on the left and right. Does he have enough units? Well, these level 2 Mustang might be able to clear it out. And the crawlers are all going to get caught up. It will take them a moment, but they're kind of split, which is not what old Reanimate really wanted here. Now that does stack. He's pulling some at bad times. Without the units all firing together, it's not a great spot, but honestly, having them all spread out like this is very good for Reanimate. He'll get the tower at a really good time as well. Yep, that seals the deal. Now he knows about this steel ball crawler on the flank. Oh, this one unit of Arclight actually could turn it. I didn't see it. Yeah, look at him go. He needs the steel balls. Steel balls come in, they had the shield. That shield really made a difference. Just taking that one extra shot. Sweaty has made a very good play here. Incendiary bomb for Reanimate. I can see that, of course. Elite crawlers for Sweaty? I mean, no, he just chooses to skip. Yeah, this fire is gonna just total that. Shield cannot go beyond enemy lines. Did you see how Reanimate has put most of his fire on his own side? That's a phenomenal play. I'd like to see these crawlers get an upgrade. These Phoenix are kind of going the way of the dodo. Maybe it's time to recycle them. Grabbing some more level 2 crawlers. Honestly, this flank is really not protected. Yeah, good for him. All right, Sweaty, you got 150 bucks. He opts to up his steel balls. Very good choice here. They need the HP. Unfortunately, this unit of crawlers is going to make all the difference. It'll just bulldoze this. Grabbing another unit of level 2 crawlers and positioning it in the back, just in case he really goes heavy on the flank. Some players do that. When they hit the flank, they commit to it. Ooh, he'll be able to survive this. The Arclight was in the back. He's not very quick, but he'll be able to live through it. Out go the Arclights. Yep. Crawlers go in. These guys' lives are now forfeit. The fire goes out. Well, it was a quick round. This little Arclight is going to keep getting a lot of XP. He's going to be level 3 next turn. Good for him. And that's that. Somehow these steel balls were able to push through, but there's just too much on the field here. Oh, and that fire doesn't quite cook the rest of these crawlers. He would have loved that. Poor Sweaty. Man, these Arclights can all upgrade, and upgrading your Arclights is cheap. I wouldn't be surprised if Reanimate actually goes with the intensive training. Yeah, he can make a couple of his units like level 4 at this point. What does he pick? I'd also like to see these Phoenix go up in a level. Snowman, I believe, just chose to use his intensive upgrade on the steel balls. Opting to upgrade this level 4 Arclight. Ooh, and the shield coming out on the right here for Sweaty. It doesn't help too much, unfortunately. These Arclights will kill it very quickly. And these crawlers are going to absolutely chew through what he's got. Arclight of his own. It won't be enough to clear up these crawlers by itself. But I think he's realized that he's losing this tower a little too quickly now. When you do a headbutt, the point isn't to not lose your left tower, but the point is to lose it at a point in time where it doesn't matter anymore. I'd love to see him have something that just clears up a bit more chaff on this side. Ooh, both players opting to shield their units on this flank. A really good choice. The steel balls have the lifelink. Okay. Sorry, not lifelink, the energy absorption, meaning that they eat 60% of the enemy's HP. That's probably how his steel ball survived for such a while, because they're able just to eat up all of these very healthy Arclights. And I do like this. These Wasps, or these Phoenix, will be able to kill that. He has more than enough units here to clear the left. And they'll hold for a long time. Mustang are slightly out of position, though. Wasn't even a choice here on the right. He'll get on the shields. He'll chunk down the shields really quickly. It's pretty good. It's not looking bad. That level 2 Phoenix does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he's going to claim the tower at a really good point. And those Phoenix in the background are really making a difference. This is going to go the way of Sweaty. Back and forth game. These steel balls are able to eventually clean up a lot of the arc lights. As they continue to upgrade, they're doing a great job. Both players are very close. And this shield has held the whole time. Oh my god, just what sort of aggression would you like? Javelin coming out here for Reanimate. He's probably going to use it, yeah, right on those steel balls. Boop. He just wants to kill those things. They don't have nearly enough HP, but the shielding will actually protect them from it. I don't think so, actually. Cannot be stopped by shields. Yeah, the portable shield will do nothing. What does Sweaty go with? Orbital Bombard wouldn't be bad right here. There's a lot of kind of mid-health units just kind of chilling out. Instead, he goes with the electromagnetic. This is actually quite good, just because it means that all of these arc lights are really relying on this 200% extra damage. And if they don't have it, he's in a good spot. Wow! Leaning into the flank, I like this. Grabbing Elite Marksman. Man, these guys would normally be hitting at 6,000 damage at this point. Unfortunately, with that electromagnetic blast, they're going to be doing basically nothing. Don't think this will go super great. Opting to eat these crawlers. Not a bad play. Sweaty grabbing some more. Man, does he position them well enough? Oh, he's going to be able to clear away these crawlers really quickly. Which, having more crawlers of his own is a little useful. If they absorb one shot, they're probably worth it. Missile comes down. There's the electromagnetic blast. Everything is super slow and is no longer dealing nearly as much damage. Man, these guys are struggling just to clear away, well, really anything at this point. The headbutt went in and it failed on the left. And this is looking like a very easy win here from Sweaty. That electromagnetic blast was huge. If he has Stormcallers that have the electromagnetic blast as well, that would be really powerful. That's a lot of damage. That's the problem of losing one round very quickly. Reanimate is almost in the danger zone now. Wow. There's a lot of tough choices here. Sweaty going with the Fire Specialist. Does Reanimate go with the attack? He doesn't really need it. A lot of his units scale damage anyways. Let's take a look here at what Sweaty's doing. Upgrading his steel balls again, a great choice. He's going to nuke this down. Upgrading his crawlers just so that they're in line with the enemy crawlers. This has failed. Reanimate's putting the crawlers in the back line. They will actually claim those towers. There's nothing here to stop them. Sweaty has access to snipers. I might, you know, it sounds silly, but honestly, I might like to see a fortress come out here. He can't do it this turn, but a couple of fortresses across the front with shields would actually do a lot to help keep his units alive for a little while longer. Fortress just have a lot of HP. I see what's happened. These Mustang are getting pulled left, then down. I see. Opting for a unit of Fang. Okay, where does he place them? Right here. Okay, just to protect his Phoenix. Not a bad play. There's the shielding. He's worried. I think he's going to be okay here. Oh, he's not. He's definitely not. These crawlers will get eaten up. Oh, he pulled some level 2 crawlers back the wrong way. They're not going to be enough to save the tower, though. This is going to be a big win, I think, for Reanimate. Man, all of these guys coming in here very quickly. Losing a second tower. Yeah, that's that. That is that. These Mustang cannot hold up against these level 3 crawlers anymore. They'd normally be able just to squelch him out, but he's going to have a little re-engagement where he can hopefully clean up a lot of these crawlers. That will just take a lot of the damage off of him. Some of his units are in range now, but he's getting a good amount of them. He won't be able to clear up all of them, but that's probably 100, 200 points that he just saved himself. Man, another swing turn, putting the game right back where it was. Sweaty still has a little bit of a lead, but it's not huge. Ooh. Does Reanimate think he'll get 2 more rounds out of the game? I don't think so. This is a little late. I think the Amp Core or the Barrier are both good. Going with Improved Fire Specialist. Wow. Man, if he brings these crawlers up to level 4, they just keep leveling heavily because of killing these steel balls. Snowman, I would have abandoned this flank. You're just feeding XP at this point. Fire coming down is going to do extremely well. Shield here on the left. Oh my god, Reanimate's been playing this game with only 3 units. Now he grabs some... Does he grab 3 of them? Wow, he grabs 3 hackers. Really good choice here. He's just going to claim all of these steel balls for himself. I think with the hacker upgrade, he's definitely got this. As long as the hackers stay safe, unfortunately this fire is going to cook off a lot of his own units, but he doesn't really need it. A lot of his damage is tied into these arc lights right now, and the enemy player, Sweaty Snowman, doesn't really have any reach. All of these units are fairly close range to no range. I think this is going to go really well for him. Yeah, that will kill this. All right, let's see how it goes. Opting for a shield drop right in the center. I think that's a wise decision. I'm really interested in seeing how these steel balls do. This left side might not go his way, honestly. Well, no, these Mustang will come in and clear it up. Okay. Let's see how many of these he can claim. The balls go in. The hacker's on. He gets 1. He only gets 1 just because the hackers are... they kill him so quickly. Man, but that delays the entire attack. Turning a Mustang or 2 is great. Man, he lost the left very quickly, though. Sweaty, your hackers are unsupported. Steel balls actually do really well against unsupported hackers. Everything does really well against unsupported hackers. Ooh. Reanimate is going to take a lot of damage here. Great play by Sweaty. I don't think it will be enough to kill him. Oof. Those Fang. Oh my god. He's got to be terrified now. Losing that left-hand side is really bad here for Reanimate. Renate? Sure. Charged ammo. Man, all of his units have a lot of different styles of damage coming out. Finally getting the range on his Mustang. Upgrading him a little bit. Not bad. Bro, you need to toss these guys out. Sweaty, please. Get rid of these. There's no point in having them. Lots of missiles coming out. He's hoping just to blunt this attack. Unfortunately, both these missiles will pop on this unit of crawlers. More crawlers for himself. He's hoping to delay this left. Man, all of a sudden the left-hand side's become much more scary for him. More arc lights. Snowman, what do you do, bud? Another unit of crawlers. They're only level 1, but if he pops it right here, it would delay this attack. He's got some level 3 crawlers in the backline. I'd love it if his crawlers were creating more crawlers, but at this point with this many arc lights, there's really no point. There's the shield on the left. That will help him for a second. These steel balls will be able to chew through that really quickly. Unfortunately, this does not come with a health upgrade. I do think spawning the crawlers is still worth it, though. Even though there are that many arc lights, what will happen is it will kill a steel ball. Then it might waste a shot or 2, killing the rest of the steel balls. All of his crawlers drop instantly. And this just leaves the steel balls, but the steel balls all get turned so quickly. He loses the shield, the crawlers die. He needs to move up. He needs to hope that his arc lights aren't killing these steel balls too quickly. They kind of are, though. Enemy arc lights will eventually drop to mass Mustang fire. If his arc lights had the shield upgrade, that wouldn't be the case, but this is it for Reanimate. He cannot take it. Bammo. Whammo blammo. Great job here by Sweaty. Really interesting that Reanimate tried to win this with only 4 units. I think that's great. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back. I thought it'd be really fun to see Riley versus our reigning champion. Now, our blue player here didn't only win last week, he also won the week before. That's that's quite the achievement. Our blue player is a giant specialist, not something you see very often, versus a quick supply specialist, who looks like he might be lining up for a very strange headbutt. You know, maybe it's the synergy in me, but I'd love it if he just put these two snipers on the flank, and he made it like some type of weird army convoy. What the heck is he doing? We'll have to see his deployment here in a second. Our blue player is already finished up, so he's able to see this, and he's probably thinking to himself, what the hell is that? Interesting place. He still has 50 bucks. I love these Stormcallers, man. Spawning with a unit of Stormcallers is so good, just because he's able to clear away all these tanks exceedingly quickly. Alright, pretty standard deployment. These units are very close to each other. Jeez, one Ion Blast would just neuter this entire front line. He's going to position his Fang out a little bit further. Unfortunately, with a setup like this, Riley runs into the case where these Stormcallers are just going to eat his units of Fang. Once they're done eating the Fang, the Crawlers are going to come in, giving him more time for the Stormcallers to fire again and kill off the snipers. There's really nothing here that I think old Riley's in a tough spot. These Fang will march down the center at a really good point in time, actually. The snipers are going to get a couple of shots, not really that big of a deal. But they should clear away a lot of these Fang. More importantly, though, all of these Fang are going to get cleared away by the Stormcallers. If the Stormcallers don't shoot drunk, geez, it felt like all of the Stormcallers there shot just one guy. Yeah, actually, this might not go so well. Stormcaller shot comes in just a moment too late. Jeez, okay. Our player in blue's got to be so pissed. I think there were 2 Stormcaller volleys that maybe killed a Fang. And that is the problem with Stormcallers. They can just shoot at a stationary target and miss. I don't know why in the future our targeting systems are so bad. I've been in a HIMARS and several other missile launching devices in real life, and we hit what we shoot at every time. Well, I should say 90% of the time we hit what we're looking at. Okay, he does clear this up. Good plays, maybe? Jeez, finally. Honestly, I thought Riley was going to take a lot more damage than that. Also, cool logo. Or avatar. Riley opting to skip. This deployment specialist is one of the best cards in the game, man. If I was the blue player, it might hurt you in the early game, but you already won the first round. I'd grab it. You know, it's so powerful. Just being able to transition quickly is huge. Riley opting for 3 Crawlers. Crawlers are a great answer to Stormcallers, and there isn't a lot of chaff killing on the field besides that. Blue player opts to skip as well, going with a Vulcan. Really good choice here. He's only got to be worried about the fire of these 3 snipers on the Vulcan. The Vulcan will take forever to kill a tank, especially if the Vulcan doesn't have this Scorching Flames upgrade. Once it does get it, though, it will just melt tanks. The Vulcans attack so quickly. The attack interval is 0.1 second. That's insane. All of a sudden, if it does 125% more damage, it will just melt everything on the field. I love this. Also, having those Crawlers coming in is a great idea. I would have liked to see a couple of Crawlers on the flanks here from Riley as well, but now that the Vulcan's on the field, he's got to be really worried about using chaff. This Vulcan clearing away the center is going to do a really good job at keeping him just a little bit safer. We see the Crawlers coming in on the flanks, though. They do get diverted into the friendly Crawlers. That's unfortunate. Stormcaller's actually landing quite a few shots, clearing them away very quickly. I don't know what's going on with these guys on the left. They have been drinking way too much. Not able to get anything done. As long as he clears away... I was going to say, as long as he clears away these tanks, he's going to be in a good spot, but it's 3 snipers to 2 now. He'll get another tank. Oh, and he doesn't clear away this. There's 2 Crawlers here that are just going to decimate these Stormcallers. Man, I thought that was phenomenal playing by Riley, putting 2 of his Crawlers in the back, left, and right. Not only does it protect your flanks a little bit, but they just came in at a really good time where the Vulcan just wasn't able to shoot. The Vulcan not having range or attack damage, it's not super great. I'd love to see the tech spec. I could see all of these being used right now. Our blue player going for the tech spec. Does Riley go with the haste? Honestly, shields are really good for him as well. It would take him literal hours in order to kill off a shield at this point. Opting instead to eat his Vulcan in the center and put them both back with the rest of his units. Probably a good play here. Having two is great. The only thing he's really worried right now about is the chaff, but I'd also be worried about these snipers slowly getting upgrades. It can really hit you hard once, hey, 4 units of snipers, 5 units of snipers, all of a sudden have massive upgrades and are leveled. Does he get an extra one? He's winning the chaff war right now, and he's got a little bit of clearage. So now he's going with single point damage, and he's upping up his chaff just a little bit more to be safe. I think these are all great plays by Riley. All of a sudden, 5 snipers. That's danger zone. These Vulcan are much better positioned, but I will say that I would like to see our blue player get just a little bit more chaff. The fire comes out. The Vulcan are doing a great job chewing away at everything. Now they run into the problem of tanks. What does he have to really deal with tanks? Not much. Not much at all. These snipers are taking forever to kill the Vulcan, don't get me wrong. But he's relying on the DPS of his Stormcrawlers and his 2 snipers to take out the rest of these tanks. He does have some background crawlers, though. That's going to make a difference. In fact, just this 1 unit of crawlers might be enough to win him this match. The Stormcrawlers are going to be basically useless here. He's just got to hope that he has enough crawlers. Ooh, and they go after the tower. A great choice. Having these, oh my god, there's 1 tank just plinking away. Having those crawlers come in at a later point in time is a really good tactic. Just because having a second wave of units means that normally most of the chaff clearage is gone. As we saw here, most players put their chaff clearers like Vulcans and tanks in the front, and then what do you have left over once they all die? Not much. You have snipers. So having a unit of crawlers or 2 and the background really does make a difference. Now these Stormcrawlers might, okay, I was going to say, they might not ever shoot that tank. I've seen it where 6 units of Stormcrawlers, or not 6, but 6 Stormcrawlers are shooting at 1 tank, and the tank slowly dodges all the missiles, kills 1, then dies. Oh. Yeah, I was going to say the incendiary bomb is pretty big there. The snipers are getting stronger, and now they have range. He's going to opt just to kill all the snipers this round. Ooh, and playing out some snipers of his own. Hey, it's cost $100, but he gets 2 snipers out of it. Now, those snipers will never level, but he gets a couple, Oh, he did play a crawler in the background. Sneaky, sneaky. The self-replicating crawlers is going to be huge here. Opting to also allow his snipers to outrange. Not a bad choice, but as these snipers, they're not really progressing, unfortunately. And recycling 1 to play 1 on this side, although good, it's not great because these tanks are now level 2, and these snipers being level 2 means that they're going to need to start shooting. Oh, they do. They stop and shoot in the fire. That's unfortunate. He now outnumbers the sniper numbers. Unfortunately, these tanks might make all the difference in the world, though. They're going to be able to clear everything up. He needs this Vulcan to get the Scorching Flame upgrade next turn. With it, he'd be able to just chew through these tanks, but really, he's just using the Vulcan as a solid damage soak. And that's going to be that. Vulcan can go up to level 2 next turn. He's probably going to want to take that just so that way his unit survives all of these level 2 snipers coming in. A lot of damage on Riley. Poor Riley, man. He's trying his best. Oh, parasitic ammo would be great. Yeah, he goes for it. He can't upgrade a lot of units now, though. It's unfortunate. Yeah, he just goes with some upgrades. Does he save the ammo? He doesn't have enough to upgrade anything else. Riley's already spent all of his cash on more tanks. That's definitely the answer here. I think that's a really good play. Okay. Our blue player unlocked Fortress. He isn't going to use one yet. Opting instead for a unit of Fang. Okay. Just to protect his Vulcan. I think that is a phenomenal play. It might seem like a waste initially, but I think that's actually very smart of him. It will absorb some damage from the snipers. The tanks don't have range yet, nor do they have their zoomies. Once they actually get the zoomie and a haste module, those guys will Tokyo drift all around the shop. Alright, where did he put the parasitic ammo? On the right. Okay, not a bad play. He'll be able to get a couple... Oh man, unfortunately these Fang are dropping before he actually gets to them. There we go! Crawler o'clock, baby! Just delay everything so that his Stormcallers can hopefully get some shots in. Yeah, that really made a difference. Look how much he stuttered this flank. Now his Crawlers are coming in. Unfortunately, Crawlers versus Tanks. Tanks tend to win that pretty handily. A lot of fire coming in here. These snipers are just plinking away, though. Able to make it happen, and he still has some Stormcaller support. Those Stormcallers will absorb damage. A very decisive win here for our blue player. Riley might be dead. I think he is dead. Yep. GG. Our two-time reigning champ. Can he win a third time? We'll find out. Let's take a look at Fresh Panda versus Snowman. I recognize both these players. I've seen them play for a long time, and I think Sweaty Snowman is in the, I think it's in like the second spot right now. Missile goes out, a ton of damage. Here comes the smoke. It kicks around for a little bit. Fire's adequate. These Overlords don't have any upgrades. They're level 1. I'm pretty sure a Phoenix will just one-shot it at this point. Oh, they're only level 1 Phoenix. We'll take them a couple of rounds, but they'll get it. This isn't looking so great here for Fresh Panda. Sweaty Snowman, great comeback. The fire is decent. I don't know if that was his fire or the enemy's. This poor little Overlord. I can't even kill these like level, what, 4? Level 5 Arclights? Level 2. Jeez. Snowman's in a good spot now. That was a very convincing win, and the smoke really did a lot. Skill specialist for both players. This is most likely the last round of the game. I'm surprised that they both went with the skill specialist. Man, Sweaty just spends his cash quick. He knows what he wants. He wants upgrades, he wants some units, and he does it. Getting some level 2 Wasps here, and a unit of Crawlers in the front? Yeah, it's not bad. It won't be enough. Fresh also grabbing the sticky oil. Okay, right down the middle. It's going to slow down these 5 units. I mean, it's not super important that he slows down Stormcallers, but it's not bad. And we see this kind of fun Steel Ball followed up by Mustang. It's not a bad way to deploy your units. It is countered kind of heavily by Stormcallers with fire, though, because they will shoot at these Steel Balls first, most likely not hit them, and actually land right behind them and kill off several Mustang. But it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad by any means. More Steel Balls. He does need to get rid of Arc Lights. Okay. Yeah, he's just protecting his Mustang. They're fast. They soak up a lot of damage. It's not a bad play. Sweaty opting to get the movement increase. That's going to be huge. He doesn't have anything to set this oil on fire. That is unfortunate. Well, here comes the fire down the center. He's pretty happy about that. It means that he's slowed all of the enemy units down. Fire pops, and it's actually clearing away a lot of enemy units. Wow, all of those Mustang are just going to die in his own fire. Fire can be a double-edged sword if it's not deployed properly. Snipers are taking out arc lights. Will there be enough sniper coverage to kill off these Phoenix? If he kills off this Phoenix, this Overlord will reign supreme on the right. Oh, it's not looking good for the Overlord on the left, though. It will eventually pop. He has enough support units here for Fresh Panda to actually deal with these Phoenix. Don't step on the fire, bud. Oh my god, he's dodging it by just an inch. A good amount of damage coming out on Sweaty. It is about as close as it can get in this game. Oopsies. Senior attack specialist coming out here for Panda. Sweaty might... Oh, man, you want that giant hunter, but it's a little late in the game. He takes it. He needs to kill both of these, and then have another round where he kills both of them in order to make that worthwhile. Ooh, the orbital bombardment here by Sweaty is going to do a ton of damage. Shielding up. He knows that there's an orbital bombardment and an ion coming out for Fresh. I'd like to see him purchase this oil as well. It might come out and distract him. But if he can put oil down right here, that kills off a lot of units. These snipers have more than enough range, probably not to step in the oil, but it's something. It will at least slow down their advance. I think also grabbing some wasps wouldn't be a bad idea, but Panda knows what he's doing. So does Fresh. Panda's still sitting on a lot of cash. That ion down the center is going to be really painful. It's going left to right. Okay. So it's going to start by killing these. He'll most likely miss all of these bad boys. Oh, another Overlord. Doesn't have any upgrades on him. There's the photon emission. I think that's going to be really important. And making sure that his units all don't just die in the fire. The fire does a set amount of damage. So the photon emission cuts that fire in half. I think it's 60 damage a tick. 350 damage a tick, excuse me. That goes down to 125. That's pretty important. I'm an idiot. It's not 125, but whatever. Lots of damage coming in. Fire does a pretty good job. Some of his crawlers are able to survive it, but man, that photon emission, that's pretty important. The fire does clear away a lot more units here on the left, but there's just a ton of damage in these storm crawlers. Not enough, though. Overlords are going to just absolutely massacre Sweaty. And there's his chance at the championship gone. Fresh Panda, the Rooster Man, might be able to claim this. Alrighty, guys. I will see you back in the next round. It looks like it's going to be almost our semifinals. If you haven't checked out any of these players' stream before, go take a look, and we'll see you shortly. This may be our semifinals. Let's take a look at Fresh Panda versus our player in blue. Interesting card choices. I do like the cost control specialist. It's got a lot of HP. Not the highest HP, but a lot. These steel balls could do quite well for Fresh Panda as well. Our blue player opting for the Rhino. We've seen the Rhino work fairly well for 2 or 3 rounds. Then he tends to have a little bit of a drop-off. Panda going with the quick supply. Hey, having an extra 4 hundo isn't bad. Panda's going to be down here in the blue. Our player in red. I recognize that, but I'm not sure where it's from. Red player, oh wow. He's choosing one of the recommended options. Not a bad place. I like it. Oh, he's just really going crazy here. Panda's got to think. Lots of tanks. Some units to absorb damage like crawlers. What's he going to pick up here? Right now, our player in red looks very intimidating. Jeez, that's just a really fun deployment. Opting to get some crawlers. Oh, no, he just unlocked them, and instead gets another unit of tanks and some snipers. I think this is pretty good. It's going to be a tight deployment, but he has 4 snipers. And there isn't really a lot of aggression on the field here. Okay. I like this. I like this quite a bit. Having these snipers is going to make a big difference. All he needs to really worry about are these Fang. I know that sounds strange, but his snipers are going to be able to clear everything away. He just needs to make sure that his tanks, which he has an extra unit of, are able to take most of the aggro for him. And this sniper's coming in at a great angle. Once this tank dies, this sniper might aggro on the opposite sniper. Does he do it? No, he's going after a tank. He will go after that sniper eventually, though. Most likely after this tank drops. And I think having the extra tanks really made a difference here. This is what I was talking about. He needs to be worried about these Fang. Because if they absorb sniper shots, it's a waste of time. But the Fang were just too far back. He needed those Fang in front of his snipers in this case. Or in front, so that way the snipers would get hit. Great play here by Fresh. He's still got $100 extra walking into this round. Ooh, Fresh could actually pick up this supply specialist. That means he actually has a card that's working for him. He has the extra dosh. I would do it. He's thinking about it. Yeah, it's so early in the game. The supply specialist is definitely worth it. Now he has a specialist. That's pretty good. Grabs a unit of Stormcallers. Our player in red opting for 3 Phoenix. I think that's a great play. Unfortunately, these Stormcallers will cut down on the amount of chaff on the field really quickly. And in doing so, allow the snipers to look up. And when a sniper looks up, I guess jets? The Phoenix look like they're jets. But they can just hover in place. So, you know, actually having a real jet would be much more powerful, because I've never heard of a sniper shooting a jet down before. But hey, this is pretty good. He's going to deploy him in a really good spot. This is why I said you need to be careful of those Fang. But the Phoenix get out just a little bit in front of the Fang and both drop. Man, that's got to be really annoying here for our player in red. Just a small difference in positioning there would have made a big difference. Stormcallers come in. They're not drunk. Man, they just land so many shots. There goes all of the Phoenix. Blammo. A really convincing win here again by Fresh. And I have been in this case where, man, like just that 1 meter difference is so annoying. Just to have your Phoenix both drop to a level 1 sniper. Here's his Rhino, though. He's finally come online. Fresh grabbing the intensive training. I think that's great. Having all of his snipers go up a level or 2 is really important. He knows that this Rhino's coming in. And I think it was a great idea to grab that intensive training. He's thinking he can clear away all the chaff in time. He just might be able to. These level 2 snipers do 4,500 damage. Oh my god, this Rhino has 50,000, 57,000 HP. That's going to take a lot of bullets. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'd like to see what his top performer is right now. Is it this unit of tanks? Yeah. Again, if you guys don't know, you can always look and see what units are performing the best by simply clicking on them. It looks like this sniper on the left-hand side is his top performer for our red player. I just find it interesting when I'm playing the game myself to take a look at my units and say, okay, what's working? And then either I lean into that flank or I ignore it, because that's where my top performer is. Man, those crawlers took 2 shots from a sniper and pulled away all of the shots. Unfortunately, this Rhino, it did a great job, and it's going to get a sniper. Okay, I was going to say, if it didn't get the sniper, man, what a difference. What a difference indeed. He's got to lean into some more anti-air. Unfortunately, unfortunately, our red player is pushing Fresh Panda into snipers. And snipers are one of the best units in the game. The more snipers that Fresh Panda has, the better off he'll be in this case. So, you know, not great. He could go up with another 3 snipers and give them all range. Photon coating. That photon coating is going right on to this bad boy. Yes, sir. And another 2 units of Phoenix. Man, I really like this. The Stormcallers are kind of being negated at this point. You don't always have to kill the Stormcallers. You can just make it so that the Stormcallers are worthless. Having a couple Phoenix of his own, he's going to use them to try and kill that Rhino off. What he really needs right now is a melting point or a unit of steel balls or something. Because that thing is going to be nigh on unkillable. And I love having the shield come through. In fact, he could put another one right here. He doesn't have the cash for it, but that would shield him from this sniper as well. Grabbing the health. Man. Unfortunately for him, there isn't a lot of health on the enemy team. But hey, if it goes up by another 3,000 HP, that's a sniper shot. So, kind of worth it. And I love the mass Phoenix here by our player in red. Fresh is trying to counter Phoenix with Phoenix. He has 250 bucks. Honestly, getting the range increase on something. I can't afford it on anything, though. Oof. Get another sniper, bud. Or, I don't know. He's already gotten his max units. The attack upgrade. Okay. It's what he can do. I would have looked at putting a missile or something down here. Having the missile, it doesn't have the negation of slow. He can get it next turn, but slowing this bad boy down would be really important. It's pulling a lot of damage, but my god, does it not care. And his flanks are just crumbling. This Rhino is so strong. We even see a unit of Phoenix on the flank. Oh my god. Fresh, what happened? He's probably thinking the same thing. Is he dead? Oh my god, he's dead. Round 4. GG. Hey, we have somebody to worry about. My god. Alright, let's take a look at... I think this is our... No, where's our champion? Here it is. Let's take a look at the champion. Two-time running champion, possibly going for his third. Okay. Not a lot of units on the field, but this orbital bombardment here on the left is going to do a lot more damage than we see in the south left. Oof. Decimating. Wow. And knocking off all those shields. Well, I mean, that's a wash. The left is just completely destroyed, and our blue player marches down the field. Crawlers are in a great spot. Snipers are just going to plink away. If it kills it, yeah, he gets the level. Man, you love to see that happen. This is going to be a lot of damage. Oh. Okay. It's not our champion, but I have played against this player personally before as well. He is very good. Smoke bomb. Oh my god, he's just really hammering this left side. I like this by the blue player. Most people will think, oh, he hit my flank, he's not going to do it again. And then you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And it all just starts to fall apart. Unlocking arc lights too. Okay. Hey, it's not a bad idea just to have more units to unlock. I like this level 2 Vulcan with the shield. He ate those tanks that had the shield. Vulcan is just basically a better tank in this case. That smoke is really going to hurt it though. Vulcans don't have a lot of range. Let's see how it goes. Crawlers come in. Smoke goes down. That means that these Stormcallers aren't shooting. Enemy Stormcallers are going to be shooting here just in a moment. Oh my god, that poor Vulcan. He wanted to kill. He was born to kill, but he just can't. Unfortunately, this Vulcan isn't going to do anything against it. The shield will hold long enough for the Stormcallers to be the thing that deals the damage, but that is unfortunate. Oh my god. This is going to take forever. Oh my gosh, there's even some little crawlers at the feet just chewing away. Blammo! The damage from the Stormcallers and these snipers really made a difference there. And this is again going to go in the way of our blue player. Man, good job on this Vulcan. Just slowly tanking fire damage. I'd love to see the sniper upgrade on this guy. That's a lot of damage. Blammo. We've seen a lot of upsets in this tournament. I would be surprised if our blue player didn't win it out. Super heavy armor would be great on that Vulcan in the center for our blue player. Instead of going with the Vulcan's Descent, our red player could get... Any of these three would be good for him, really. Heck, even just popping a Vulcan right back here. It would die, but not before clearing away potentially 3 units. There's the melting point. Now, I saw a comment on one of my most recent videos that melting points just are a little bit too flimsy and they shoot the wrong units quite a bit. In this case, it's a very good answer to what's on the field, but he's got to worry. Oh, wow, and he's even putting his fortress in the smoke? Why? He's shielding it, which will help a little bit. I don't know about that placement. Here's the Vulcan's Descent by our blue player. He's just going to pop it right back here. He's going to grab these 2 units almost certainly. There isn't enough damage in the back line to deal with that Vulcan quickly. And the oil coming out. Okay. I do like this. Just always popping something. You can put oil right across the center. It's a little dangerous, though, because a lot of his units are fast as well. Oil across the top left. Okay. This Vulcan will ignite it once these Fang... This Fang might get turned. Here comes the oil. It will slow everything down. Yep, the Fang do get turned. Oh, the unit of Mustang just getting into the safety net. And that's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. This fortress is a huge expense. What is that, 700 plus it's level 2? Yeah, just a complete waste. This melting point is already leveled up. It's going to level up again. Man, that's a ton of... That's basically his entire turn that was just wasted on that. And it looks like our blue player is going to close this out with a very convincing win. If you haven't checked out his stream, go check it out. But yeah, this is over. There's unfortunately just too much here. And this melting point, MVP, it's already skyrocketed to his #1 unit in 1 round. That's crazy. Look at that damage dealt. 40,800, oh my god, 408,000 I should say. Jesus Christ. Now let's take a look at our last 3. My god, these guys are really fighting for it. Oh no, I like both these players. I recognize, man, they play against each other a lot. Looks like our player in red here is actually winning it out though. This nano repair bot actually does quite a bit to keep these guys alive. Oh, we don't see this very often, but that electromagnetic barrage is great. Honestly, the crawlers too. Producing 10 crawlers, if you get like 4 of these guys out there, you have several units of crawlers. Just constantly being spawned every 30 seconds. I actually really rate this upgrade. Oh. Choosing to do a little bit of the dance of the crawlers and the wasps, just to have them come in at a slightly later point. This oil is pretty good on both sides. Phoenix too. Nothing on either player's flank. Alright, here's the engagement. Vulcan does a great job cleaning up all of the units in the center right. Other Vulcan, unfortunately, is on a melting point, who is on the other melting point. And this Vulcan will never be able to kill it. That is unfortunate. Both sides eventually crumbling. And this melting point is going to deal a lot of damage and eventually close out this game. Eventually. There we go. Oh my gosh. Blue is not dead, but he's very close. Wow! Red is in a terrible spot here. He just took so much damage from blue. Now it's really the end game. Red chooses the laser sights. Yeah, I would have gone with the Ion Blast too. He's got a lot of things he can use. Grabbing the mobility and the range, very important at this stage in the game. This Vulcan has so much health. But he needs something to protect this melting point. Surely he's going to. There's another melting point. Surely he's going to. Just putting a couple units of Fang here would make a difference. They die to the Stormcallers, but... Or hell, even just a couple units of Crawlers. Just something. There's the Ion. Oh, opting instead for the Fire and the Flames. Not a bad choice. He needs shields. This is for our blue player here. He needs shields. Oh, opting with some more wasps. Both players grabbing wasps. Not bad choices. I do like this Phoenix upgrade as well. The Phoenix dealing significantly more damage with the range upgrade is really impactful. That's a lot of dead just stuff. Oh, walking his melting point back. Oh my, I really like that. Just making sure it's in the right position at the right time. Melting point is stuck shooting wasps. But the other enemy melting point drops. Unfortunately, this Vulcan might choose to kill the tower. If it kills the tower, he's in a really bad spot. Man, this guy is getting real close for some reason. Why did he walk that far before shooting? That was really odd. These Phoenix could be the decider here. They're going to do it. And that's GG to red. Good job, both players. Blue just suffering a little bit too much damage there. Now, how's this going to work? Yeah, there's 3 players with 0 losses, so there's at least 2 more rounds in this. My word, what a tournament. We will see you all shortly. Alrighty, everybody, and we are back. This is going to be the semifinals or maybe the finals. There are 3 players currently with 0 losses. We run into this sometimes, but this could be our last game. Alright, our player in blue has shown really good. Our player in red has shown out really well this round, or this game as well. Unfortunately for our blue player, there's Phoenix on the field, which kind of hard locks him into getting some kind of anti-air, unless he's willing to throw the first game. It's not ideal to do so, but I have seen it done. He only has snipers available to him as snipers or Fang as cheap anti-air. He's going with Fang. Fang don't hold up well against crawlers, so he's going to need to make sure that those guys stay safe and stay alive. It's very common to position your Phoenix behind the... oh, really good choice to grab these arc lights. It's very common to put your Phoenix behind towers, so I'd be very nervous about putting my Fang behind those towers as well, just in case that arc light comes in and kills them. Luckily, he has these Stormcallers, and Stormcallers do fairly well against arc lights. They almost always kill them in a single salvo. It's happened to me before where Stormcallers fire and they completely whiff. So you got to be nervous about that. Our red player is a supply specialist. Our blue player is a speed specialist. Oh, interesting. Actually, speed does really well with slower units. You'd think that it really matters for the fast units. It does, but it really does make a difference for these slower units. Look how quick these little Fang are. Hup, 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 hup. They're moving at... Well, hold on. Let's see how this engagement goes. That's what I'm talking about, where the Stormcallers just whiff. He needs these Fang to survive, and they don't. Man, these Stormcallers really screwed him. He might be able to get a lot of these Fang. Or he might be able to get a lot of these crawlers, I should say. No, unfortunately. Man, these Stormcallers are boogieing, though. And with the slowdown, he might be able to get it. He has what looks to be about 10 Fang against 2 Phoenix. He could get this, especially if these Fang are screened by some Stormcallers. They're going to be. Ooh, just for a moment. It allows the Fang to advance into position. And this is why them being a little bit quicker really does make a difference. He might get the one. Oh, he needs this tower to drop ASAP. Yes, he will be able to clear this out now. Maybe? Maybe. That's going to take a hot minute. No, he's not going to get it. The Phoenix is just going to be able to survive this, I believe. He didn't have the DPS in the Fang. The positioning on the Fang was just a little too late. Those were the units he really needed to protect. And most players get in their headset space like, hey, my Fang are meant to die, so I'm just going to leave them out there. Charged ammo for our player in blue. I do like this. Killing speed and tech is great. And he doesn't have the ability to do so on his Stormcaller, so actually having those is great. A marksman and another arclight and another marksman. Okay. Opting for some Stormcallers of his own here for the blue player. Honestly, I think it would be good if he leaned into these Phoenix a tiny bit as well. Okay, wow. 3 marksmen. It's going to be enough to back up these arclights. Okay. This one unit of Stormcallers will do some work. Really, what he was going after here are the Fang. And he's going to get them. This sniper's in a great spot, though. Unfortunately, he's going to be the next thing that's targeted. And this Arclight is not going to be able to hold up against the Phoenix if the Phoenix can get online. Ooh, the Arclight gets one more shot. And it goes goes our blue player's way on both flanks. That's really important. Man, this marksman making a huge difference. And it leveled. That's super important. Did the marksman on the left level? It did not. Oh, but this is... He's got the power couple on the right. Our red player going with... Extended Phoenix range. That's pretty good. I kind of just like to see mass upgrading here by our player in blue. Opting for some crawlers. The enemy player opting for Fang. Kind of the tale of two cities here. These crawlers will get into this Fang really quickly. Our red player opting to play out another unit. What's it going to be? He has $400. He could make it a level 3 unit. No, instead he's just going to put it as 1 unit of Stormcallers. He doesn't realize it, but these Fang are going to be crucial. Another marksman. Not bad. He's worried about extra Phoenix. There currently aren't, but actually having a lot of marksmen is not a bad thing pretty much in any scenario. I'd love it if he got some more fast-moving units. A couple of more Fang or something just to deal some damage. Oh, and he got the squad, the shooting squad. That really does protect him quite well against things like Phoenix and enemy snipers. Man, and you'd be surprised those Stormcallers not dealing nearly as much damage because those Fang are moving a bit quicker. Oh my god, and these crawlers get all the way to their destination. This wasn't the dance of the crawlers, this was the murder run. Holy crap. Wow, that's the power of that mobility. That is so powerful. And look at these little guys go. Gee Louie. If you're not sure what happened there, he grabbed the mobile beacon. Think like Starship Troopers, where you're a mobile trooper. You've got your mobile beacon, and he told his crawlers just to run all the way home. And Jesus Christ, Charlie Bucket, did they get there? Our blue player is in a really dominant position at this point. Fire coming out for both players. If he cooks off... Yeah, I was going to say, if he cooks off these Stormcallers, he's in a great spot. Both players should be nervous about it, though. They don't have a ton of HP. Ooh, and I love this Vulcan. There's the shield. Yep. I'd be really nervous about the fire myself. I'd shield up quite heavily here. I want to see 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he's doing it. Shields on this flank are pretty good. Unfortunately, these crawlers will run through the fire and most likely I'll die. But he'll definitely kill off these marksmen. Not only that, he'll kill off the little Fang that they spawn. Is he gonna put one more shield? It's not really too important that these guys survive. It's good. He's going with the dance of the crawlers again. They will just get toasted, though. Unfortunately. He still has $400 here for our blue player. What is he going to choose? Range increase on the arc lights. Not a bad choice. And he's going to grab another sniper. Okay. A level, a sniper, and a range increase. I like that he's got, like, the two brothers just hanging out. Here comes the shooting squad. Will the crawlers duck, dodge, and weave? Several of them make it through, and importantly, he's drawing a lot of fire away. He's going to get the shield very quickly. There goes the rest of those Fang. He's going to take a few minutes to kill this Vulcan, though. Well, actually, those Stormcallers made short work of it. Now, unfortunately, he's got to deal with these crawlers, but with the range increase on this arc light, it's able just to swivel in place and deal the damage he needs it to. It will kill these crawlers. Does he have enough? He's got a lot in the center. That's one dead Phoenix. He needs another. He gets it. But unfortunately, his units are grouped, and these Stormcallers will be more than enough to clean them up. And unfortunately, he's not going to break the shield either. Oh my god. Snipers. Both dying. Yeah. Just not enough. But that's okay. It's a little bit of a swivel play. One of the shields stayed up. Now the blue player knows about the Vulcan. Our red player's got to be positioning a little bit more. Ooh, this tank is kind of fun. Just getting some extra tanks is pretty good. It's not great in this case just because the enemy player has a lot of shields. Or sorry, has a lot of snipers already. But those tanks can act as shields for your Vulcan. It does take quite a while to tick over, though. And it's expensive. Nano repair kit? Our blue player's got a little bit more difficult of a choice. I'd like to see the Vulcan opting to skip. I think that's good. Red going with the Vulcan. The Vulcan would do very well positioned in the back here. He needs to upgrade a lot of these snipers. Yeah, there's the Vulcan in the back. There is not a lot here that does with a Vulcan very well. Steel balls deal with Vulcans exceedingly well. Unless the Vulcan gets the attack damage increase, then it's a different story. But the crawlers are going to dance out the other way. Man, upgrade these crawlers. Just give them that extra 100% of their HP. These crawlers are doomed to an early grave, unfortunately. blue is sitting on 850 bucks. What does he do? He's got to be real nervous about this amount of Stormcallers. Mustang are actually fairly good. They'd clean up this Fang. They'd all die, but they clean up the Fang here on the left. At least then that would give him a little bit less of a shooting gallery. Opting for some Wasps. Okay. Where's he pop them? In the back? Oh, yeah. Back right. Back right corner. Okay, he's just going to try and outflow this back corner. These guys are dead as bricks, but unfortunately, there's nothing here that really stops this, and he's going to kill this marksman first. That's that. Will he be able to clear the right? He's got a lot of wasps, but these wasps are all going to be distracted for quite a while. And then they're going to have to break through those shields. This Arclight's really earning his pay. There's the flank done, and I don't think these wasps are going to be nearly enough to take out the shield. Man, Red making quite the comeback. I love it. There's the shield down. He'll kill a bunch of these Stormcallers, which is kind of worth it. It just knocks off a lot of points. He might even get that Arclight. Nope. Drunk Stormcallers again. That's that. I liked the Wasps, but man, dropping a Giant in the enemy's backline, that's mean. And it's a lot of damage. He's close to evening up this game. Unfortunately for our red player, if he loses one round significantly, he just dies. Both players opting for the shield device. Fairly common. He's got to really chunk through the shield quickly. Lots of shields are really good. Man, he needs some Stormcallers of his own. Our blue player, if he gets another 2 units of Stormcallers, it could really help. Instead, opting to choose to make these just fire at nothing. He knows about these crawlers. Yep, there's the Stormcallers that I predicted. Good play here. Our red player grabbed some Mustang. I think that's a phenomenal choice. Just having some more DPS that can quickly take care of things like these Fang. There really isn't a lot of meat on the floor here for our blue player. If he had just a couple of units of steel balls, it could really make a difference here, just because they would absorb a lot of damage. He needs units that absorb damage now. Fire coming out. He has a lot of cash. Unlock the fortress. Don't play it yet, and then maybe sit on your cash. That way next turn you could do 1, 2, 3 fortresses, all with the shield upgrade. It'd save a lot of his units' HP, but also, importantly, it would be a huge damage sink. There's the oil. He's going to ignite this oil on himself. That stinks. That is a real stinker. He has 750 HP. Or HP, excuse me, gold. Use it, man. You got 10 seconds. Opts for the range increase. And getting another sniper. Okay. He's worried about this backline a little bit, but honestly, having the sniper in the backline is okay. It's okay. Man, one of those crawlers really had a bad time. And there's the fire. He set fire to himself there. Man, that's got to be disappointing. These Stormcallers are enough to start chunking through the shield, and eventually these Mustang will all burn down. Unfortunately, there's a lot of fire coming out here for both players. He gets the Vulcan. Will he have enough? This shield will not hold. That is for dang sure. Marksman's marching to its doom. Unfortunately, these crawlers are going to be running into their own fire. Oof. Oh, he just has range. He needs to take that shield. Man, Stormcallers all shooting south. Meanwhile, the return salvo is phenomenal. The shield lives. For now. He's got one more bad boy. Go take it out, little buddy. Earn yourself some points. It launches. Not in time, though. He needs one more salvo. Maybe one more after this to get that shield down. He's got it. Fire, you nerd. He does. Hooray. Good job. Good job to both players. A little loss here for our blue player. That just shows how devastating that Vulcan was. But also, these wasps are basically useless. Blue opting to skip. I don't know. There's still probably 3 or 4 more rounds in this game. If you get 2 units a turn, it's worth it. If you get 3 units a turn, it's very worth it. I don't know. I'd love to see this Vulcan get an upgrade. Just that extra HP will make a difference. Ooh, an Overlord. It's met by 2 Phoenix with range. Oh my god, these Phoenix have so much range. Don't forget that our red player already has extended range on these Phoenix. Okay. He's going on Safari. Really interesting. And they all have shields. I think next turn, our player in blue is going to try and put down some more of these guys. Spawning Phoenix? Or spawning, whatever they're called, wasps. It's odd. It's really odd, but it could work. I'd love to see the range increase on these guys as well, just so that they can start hammering shields immediately. Alright, there's a lot of burning action on the field now. Man, these little Fang, look at them all grouping up. They're going to get roasty toasty here in a moment, but for now, they're okay. The snipers saved for just a split second. Our duders in the back line are just going ham. He really could have used that support in the center. That's a lot of points that he's just sending in at the end. This Vulcan has so much HP. It's going to kill Stormcallers. It gets the sniper. Wow, just at the very end. Alright, and here he comes. Here I come, I am Cinnamon. He's grabbing Phoenix pretty quick. And the Overlord's going to come in nice and slow at the end there. Oh, it might be a little too late. But no, these Wasps definitely have it. Having that shield upgrade is huge. Clean them all up. This Overlord was actually useless. I think it has, yeah, 1 kill. Okay. Well, the old distraction Overlord, I guess. It might make him overcommit to something? I'm not sure. He could use it to get the photon charge. No, he doesn't even have that unlocked. Well, it's a lot of damage. You know what? It's a lot of damage. And these Wasps all running around at the wrong time, actually, or coming in at the right time. Very fun. Blue player opting for the range specialist. Red skipping. Skipping out on the range, huh? Ooh, range is really important. A lot of his units already have pretty high range, but now these Stormcallers, just having that little bit of extra range is going to be important. There's the mass shielding to be very aware of the fire. I think this is a great placement, though. Oh, but he sniffs it. He'll get a unit of crawlers for his troubles. It's a lot of shielding. What did he pick up? He's doing it again. None of these little bad boys have upgrades. I'd love to have them an upgrade. A couple more Stormcallers. Okay. See a ton more Mustang come out. Yeah, that's going to be enough to kill off a ton of Wasps. These Wasps need this this upgrade if they're going to live. The fire coming down in a pretty good spot. Right there might matter. Wow, this is a ton of shielding. Unfortunately, I think it's going to drop right here, and he's just going to leave the Mustang right in the center. Whoop, whoop. He's doing this that way that he delays when they come in. I think that's very important. It all comes down to whether or not there's enough Stormcallers on the field now. If there's enough Stormcallers spitting fire, it will really make a difference. There's the upgrades across the shop for the Wasps. Just having that tiny bit more HP does mean that they'll survive fairly well. Missile comes out. It's good. Stormcaller shots are pretty good as well. They take out the shield really quickly, and this Vulcan is going to be in a bad spot. Unless they all shoot at nothing. Here come the Mustang. Oh, they're going to stop right near where there's a ton of fire, unfortunately. That's not going to end well for these Mustang. On the right, it's going well, but ooh, the fire's kind of going out. He clips a good 6 or 7. He still does have a Stormcaller to just eat through some of their numbers. And this is why I was saying having that upgrade is so important. Man, unfortunately, those Mustang came in at a somewhat bad angle. I like this better to have them come down the center, but there's a lot of points that came in just a little bit too late. I'm a big advocate for having that flow of units. Once again, Overlord is just here to seal the deal with some damage. GG. Good job, both players. Congratulations to everybody who played. I do love to see John Bain out here. He's a big inspiration for myself. Mr. Total Biscuit. Bless him. Really good stuff. Congratulations to all the players who played. If you did like the video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.